Hey guys on YouTube, this is Barbecue Boy, bringing you a new video, which has been long overdue. I've kind of dropped off the face of the map for a couple months, but I just received this today, and it kind of encouraged me to go ahead and make one. This is a Blade HQ exclusive. It's a large carbon fiber inlay Insingo. Many of you know I'm a fairly large Reeve fan, and I'm a little ashamed to say that I don't have an Insingo all these years. However, actually I do have a small Insingo which has wood inlays, and there's only about 5 of them made, so it doesn't see daylight. It stays in my safe. So I've been on the search, just waiting for that right one. And when this came out, I just pulled the trigger. I had to go for it. And the reason why I like it so much is because of the inlay finishes. Not the inlay itself, but the actual knife itself, the scales. The micarta inlays, the entire knife is bead blasted. Of course, not the blade, but the knife itself, the scales, the titanium. And I was really hoping they would not do that with this knife. I prefer the kind of polished look of the inlaid knives on the 21s. Some people don't, though. They don't like it because, they show wear. But in my opinion, the regular bead blast shows a lot of wear too. The second issue why a lot of people are a little weary of the inlaid Sabenzas are because you can't have them refurbished. If you send it in to Reeve, they're not going to be able to have this nice polished look looking new again, simply because of the fact that the inlays would get destroyed. But I still prefer the look of this. I just think it looks so much more refined, brings a little bit more character to the knife, and I really like the contrast of the bead blasted clip and lock bar against the polished lock side. Or scale, whatever you want to call it. And I really think that the carbon fiber complements this knife a lot, a ton actually. In person, it's pretty incredible looking. I get pretty excited over knives. I really do. It's pretty silly how excited I get, but this knife just really works for me. The combination with the blue lanyard pin, the blue, guys, I'm sorry, I always get tongue-tied in my videos. I'll come back to that. And the thumb stud. It really, really, really in person looks pretty nice against the carbon fiber and the polished scales. One thing that they did not do to this knife, they typically do to an inlaid knife, is put the polished blade on it. They kept the stone washed Insingo blade typical, standard. And at first I was like, golly, that's really not going to look right. But quite honestly, it looks a lot better than the polished or hand ground look to the other blades. I don't know why the other blades, they're nice, but they do scratch fairly easy for me, and they attract everything. Glue, if I cut open a box, I don't know. But this shows wear a lot less. The swedge up here is sharpened, but I can rub my finger this way on it. It's not going to cut me, but you could definitely feel there's an edge on there. But it doesn't hurt you. It won't cut you in any way. One thing I kind of did notice about this over my other 21s, let me see if I can get this to focus on my iPhone 5, is see the blade tang. It looks like they ground it to where the blade would not engage up to 100%, which has happened to some of my Sabenzas. It looks like it's going to stop. Well, let's see what it does. I think it's around 70%. Well, that's around, well, it's probably around 70%, 50%. And that's good. I don't believe it's going to. No, it won't go any further. Pushing on it, it's not really going any further. The knife has no stickiness. Extremely good lockup. Typical. These screws are a little different than my typical 21 micarta, for example. These screws, I don't know, they look nicer. They look a little bit more old school versus the newer school screws and the knives that were made a year or two ago. These definitely are made in-house. And the lock bar, this little relief cutout is a good bit smaller than my other large Sabenzas. There's a date there you can see. Golly, what can I really say about it that hasn't been repeated 100 times or even 1,000 times on YouTube or even the forums? Idaho made, I don't care anymore. Still prefer it not to be on there, but I don't care. But the knife, I'll tell you what, here's one thing I do have noticed I want to kind of hit on, is that, you have to excuse me for a second, let me put my knife to use for the very first time. One thing I want to hit on is that one thing I've noticed in all of the inlays I've gotten, they come far smoother from Chris Reeve than a plain. I don't know why that is. I'm just cutting a little X of my cigar. Since my cutter's kind of missing. That switch actually kind of helps it a little bit. I'm sure you guys don't mind this. Let's do a little toasting. There we go. Okay, I'm just smoking a brick house that my wife gave me a little pack of them for Father's Day. Okay, back to what I was saying. The inlays, I don't know why, they come from Chris Reeve knives, tuned, I guess you could call it. It almost feels like the washers have been polished. The lock bar has been adjusted a little more. And that's one reason why I love the inlays. Now, however, the only negative to this knife today, and I just got this today, is today I decided to take an early day off from work. The reason why is I was out of town all weekend, the past 4 days for the death in the family, and it was hustle and bustle, go, 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 go. Went to work today, and all kind of things just kind of went bad. My network kind of shut down on me. Wasn't a whole lot I could do, so I said, I'm going to go hit a movie. So I went to go see that worldwide zombie movie, whatever it was, with Brad Pitt in it. And I was sitting in the theater playing with this knife, and I said, okay, I just did this non-stop. Boom, the whole entire movie. After about 10 minutes of doing this, it got seriously gritty. I mean, like, and not fluid at all. So I don't know if they even greased these from the factory. If they did, this one may have gotten passed by. So I'm going to take this apart right now, gently wipe it down, and put some nano oil in there. Actually, I want to try my new frog lube that it's got from, I went to a men's Christian conference in Greenville, South Carolina. Tim Tebow and the Duck Dynasty guys were there speaking, as well as some other pastors. And they had a frog lube stand, as well as some other custom makers were there that I hadn't heard of, knife makers. And I picked up some frog lube. I've been meaning to pick it up, and I found it at the Christian, again, getting tongue-tied. You know what I said. I already said it already. So anyway, I'm going to take it apart, put some frog lube on it. I usually put nano oil on it, and I'm good from there. But I got to tell you guys, this is by far it's probably my top 3 Sabenza I've ever received. I absolutely love this knife. In person, it's incredible. I mean, look at the carbon fiber. I'm in my garage on my new temporary desk, a fold-up table, so the lighting's just okay. The carbon fiber is incredible. It's not finished on the edges, but the surface is. But I'm really excited about this knife. I'm really excited about the Insingo blade shape, what I can do, food prep, some detail work, cutting carpet, which I have to. I'm going to rip the carpet out of my master bedroom. and cut it up in pieces. And I'm going to use this and my 25, my Sebenza 25. I want to see how that holds up over this. So guys and ladies, thanks for watching my video, and these are available in a regular Sebenza as well. I'm expecting this small Insingo version of this, hopefully before long. I'm very happy with this. Give it a try. Thanks for watching, and I have a couple more videos coming. Thanks.